Manifestation. All right. So now we are going to talk about manifestation, which most people do not understand. Most people tend not to understand what manifestation is. You know, a lot of times we go about our life and we don't look at what we manifest as a person and how they're gonna affect what you say for a collab Totten. So tonight we are speaking about manifestation. Manifestation. This world is not what it used to be. Not at all. This world used to be so different. So different. But oh, this light is just horrible. Manifestation. A lot of people ask me, and they're like, I tell people, make it make sense. It has to make sense. And 90% of the times, a lot of what people talk about does not make sense. So we was talking earlier about Martin Luther King, how he had this "We Shall Overcome" did where they marched all the way to Washington, and they were saying, "We want to be accepted like the white people." But you want to be accepted by the white man? Why? This is something I don't understand. I tell people, make it make sense. Martin Luther King taught his people. He pushed these people to go and do all of these marches and all this just for equal rights. And they got beaten and all these things happened. But the problem I find with what happened was, if you convince those people to march all the way to Washington because Rosa Parks couldn't ride the bus, why can you convince those same black people to get some buses and fix their buses up and give the black people rights? Make it make sense, people. You convince hundreds and hundreds of people to march all the way to Washington saying they want to be accepted by the white man. But what happened to why couldn't you convince those same people to get their own bus? Because the white people was like this. We designed this. We set this up. The Greyhound and all that other stuff. Why do we have to let them ride up front when this is our system? And it was during a time of separate but equal. I don't understand the belief behind that war that's going on with the black and white. I don't understand it. Because me personally, if you have the ability to convince hundreds and hundreds of people to follow you in a foot march all the way to Washington, D.C. to cry and say, give me a ride too. I deserve to be up front too. And get these people beaten, hosed down, bitten by dogs. And then ask them to give you the right to do so. To me, that's a boy act. That's a boy asking for permission. If you want to be accepted, then you should do some man shit. Martin Luther King should have told those people to get some buses. All the money that you all invested in these Greyhound buses and riding these buses, put your money together and let's buy a bus and we give our people a ride back and forth to work. You just hit my camera. I did not understand that. And as a minister myself, you know, in a legal representative, I did not understand why this happened. I didn't understand it. Because you convince those people to get beaten by dogs, walk for hundreds of miles just to ask the president for the right to ride the bus with a white man. And you call my people crazy. And then I have to, as a melanated person, and because I'm Jamaican and Dominican, I have to deal with the fact that because these people, instead of getting their own shit, they want to tell the white man, we want to ride your bus too. That's just like somebody come in your house and tell you, I like your house, so I want to live in a house like yours too, so I'm going to take the living room just like you go in the living room. That's how the white people looked at it. That's how I would have looked at it. But, or we heard it was public transportation, but it was public transportation for the white people. And a lot of people don't understand me because I'm Jamaican and Dominican. Okay, yeah, South America, get the fuck over it. But the point I'm trying to make here is, why couldn't they not convince those same people they convinced to get their ass beat to get their own fucking bus? They had buses. Buses was cheap back then. Because when they finally started getting buses for the black people, those buses came from junkyards. And cars were easy to work on back then. So tell me, why is it that black people could not get their own shit? I didn't understand that. You march all the way to fucking Washington, mad at the world, getting your ass beat, is some more shit. And then what happened? Nothing. About 15, 20 years later, yeah, maybe you can ride the bus with them folks. But imagine if he had told them, instead of accepting me as a black man and riding the bus with you, I'll get my own bus line. And then I name it Black Hound instead of Greyhound. Then what? Now you got a black established company, even though black is a culture. It's not even a race, but it's a culture. Now you have a black established company that has been born from the ashes. See, the Most High, when you pray a prayer to the Most High and you ask for, he put you through trials and tribulations to gain strength. But instead of gaining strength, it made my people weaker. Instead of them getting off their ass and getting their own bus system, instead of them talking about, we want to go in a black, go in a white-owned restaurant and eat pie like the white people, why not eat your own shit? It was easy to get businesses back then. Oh, but this is over that. Do you know why the Black Panther failed? They ran out of money. The black people didn't support them, but when something went wrong, they expected the Black Panther to come in and riot for them. See, I come from a bloodline of old money. Old money. So I came from the bloodline of the Watchers. Those who sit and watch and analyze and try not to intervene. So when I see people making these decisions and they say all these horrific things and they ask for equality, you know what black people went wrong? Instead of demanding respect, they wanted acceptance. It made them weaker. See, the Most High created the situation for them to level up. But instead of leveling up, they failed. They became exactly what they should not have become. They became weaker. And from 1965 to 1975, the world completely changed. And suddenly, the black man had the same similar rights as a white man. But guess what? Then poverty started. Black families began to fall apart. By 1985, black families was down to 20 to 30%, single homes and shit like that. And by the time 1995 came, drugs, single mothers, gang violence had taken over. And by 2005, the black women that were separated from their families and destroyed their families turned into whores. In 2005. 2015, they began to finance black women, independence. And here it is, 2025, and now they tell us to accept LGB, some whatever, all this other stuff. That was a time when homosexuality was considered a mental illness. And you had to have a lobotomy, removing that soul of that person. And now, the world tell you, if this person said they LGBTQ with all the other good stuff and how they call it, you have to respect them. Then they want you to call you different and what they identify as. I'm so glad Trump got into office because he stopped the chaos. He stopped the chaos. Because these people getting out of control. All I got to do is identify as a dog. And suddenly, I have to be treated like a dog. Or why didn't I identify myself as a female or a male or whatever? Then you have to identify me. If you don't, it's an insult. This is what the world became. It's like going before God and say, hey Lord, I'm a man, but today I'm a woman. I might be a lion tomorrow. But I'm still going to come in heaven. That is what the world has become. These people don't have no limits no more. No morals. But don't get me wrong. I'm going to say this now, because you won't find out for years to see. Donald Trump is not your friend. See, in order for before a wolf come in, before a wolf can mingle among sheep, he must present himself as a sheep. See, the wolf, right now, Donald Trump is a wolf in sheep clothing. He's like a hero. No one's going to believe this until it happens. Mark this day. Right now, he's going to look like a hero because he got the world under control. But guess what? It was the industry that made the world go out of control. But he looked like a hero right now. He stopped the identifying crisis. He's solving all these crazy problems that couldn't be solved before. Who to say he didn't help cause this shit? The man has 36 felonies. He still became the president. But a black man can have one felony and can't get a fucking job. What message did he send to the people? Yeah, I see. You already heard the old saying, give a dog a bone. Yeah. He gave you a few good things, but then you look over all the bad they do. The Bible said you cannot serve two masters. That's going to be put to the test. Mark my word. That's why this world is so divided. They do that on purpose. See, when you want to attack something from within, you first have to create chaos. Because if everybody on point, they'll identify a problem. But where there's chaos, then you can come in with your issues and come in with your attack, and you won't see it coming. That's how Egypt failed. They were so distracted that by the time Caesar's men came back, Tutankhamun was killed in the Nile. He drowned by his own weight of the gold that he wore. That's my cousin. See, that is what's going on right now. I have warned the world 1,000 times. When I told you what's going to happen with that presidency, people did not believe me. They're like, nah, that's not going to happen, man. They don't believe that, man. How you know? Because I know. Just like I said, he was how that Harris woman was going to try to become the president. Joe Biden got sick all of a sudden and she had to take his place. Didn't I tell y'all 3 years before that happened that was going to happen? Only thing is Trump stopped it. And he did it on... Did y'all not notice there was no other running mates? None. There was no one else trying to be president. Did anybody notice that? It's just a freak show. It's just we ain't got no candidates who want to be president. That's what happened. But Donald Trump is a wolf in sheep clothing. I do appreciate what he did to stop the chaos from going on because it was getting out of control. The children are becoming like animals. You can't even control kids no more. But guess what? There's always a quiet before the storm. 100 to 1,000. Beware the sheep in the wolf in sheep clothing. Burn rubber, not your soul.